Okay, now we have cleaned the data, find sales by item. Now something else we can look at is seeing the trend of how the data goes over a period of time. So we can check on the sales by time period, either monthly or quarterly, and see how the data fares, then visualize this to have a proper look at it. So we also do this using the pivot table, create a new pivot table. Yeah, with this cell range, okay. And now our row will have the amount will still be here. Then our row will have the time, the time period, which is basically the date. When you put the date, it puts the date, and there are a couple of things here. You can see year, quarters, date. And how Excel works, it really just tries and separate this. If there are, as you can see, there's 2021 and 2022, it puts things like quarters for you and the years. So if it's 10 years data, you can see how the trend goes for the years. If it's about 2-3 years, you can see the quarters, and also you can see the months. If you want the months, you can open this up. You can find Q4, which has October, November, December. You can open this up, Q1, which has January and February. And as you know, that our data was not that much. It was from October 31st. So October only had 1 day, and then November, December, January, and February. What I want to do here, I can remove the year, or let's have the year and remove the quarters. That's a little bit better because the data is a little bit small, but just think about it having very, very many years, and it becomes very easy to look at these things. Then we'll also put the items on the rows. Sorry, I will put the items on the filter. And now we have this very good monthly report. Because this is a time period, there's a time period to it, we can add just a pivot chart, and we can, because it's a time period, we use the line graph. Okay, and now we have this very good line graph here, where you can, let's just hide these fields. This one is not important. Delete this, and this is how it looks. This separates the data into years and then gives the months. Sorry, gives the months. And it's very easy now to look at the data in this sense. The good thing is we can filter it to the product, like we can filter it with something like Baristo 3. Okay. See how Baristo 3 has fared. We can look at probably something like Baristo 2. See how it has fared in itself. It kind of looks like the whole, but we can look at Baristo 5. You can see how it has changed and how Baristo 5 has fared. And if we have data for a very long time, the trend line can look very, very informative, see where the problem is, and really work on it. Also by comparing how everything looks, comparing to a single product, seeing which product is not going according to the total sales. And we can add things like on this line, we can add maybe something like trend lines. Sorry. View chat options. Okay, I want to add trend lines. Just give me a moment. Yeah, we had a trend line. We can add a trend line on this specific line here. To select the line, you can come here, add trend line. We can add an exponential one, a linear one, a moving average. I will add a linear one on this one, but since the data is very small, it will not be that effective, but we can just see how the trend line helps to understand how the sales are going and how they will be over a certain period of time. And this trend line can actually be a trend line that checks on, we can add something like exponential, see how it's going. We can add a logarithmic one, polynomial, power, moving average. We can add all these types of trend lines so that we can see how it goes. Yeah. And we can also add a trend line, sorry, a forecast one. A forecasting, let's put linear here. We can add a future one where we can add 2 periods forward and see how the future might be according to the trend lines that we have. We'll not use that right now. And that's how you can work with this. We'll rename this chart. We'll call it sales by time period. Rename this, call it sales by time period. Enter, and we can add something called slicers. When you click this graph here, you can come and add a slicer, add that item here. Okay. So this simplifies your work of just trying to find these things. You can click this product, Americano single. And as you can see, something like Americano single, the trend line is going down, and you can check on that product, see what's wrong with it, how it's going, why is it going down. As you can see, we can just, this slicer really helps in the selection of the products, and it's very easy to work with. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hope it was informative. See you in the next one. Peace.